kindergarten talking about David and Goliath and talking about some of these, and we're like, thank you. So we're very, very appreciative of being able to do that. It's interesting. I was in Israel for the 75th anniversary in April of the modern state. My wife came on the trip. We went to a bunch of other countries, but we did that. And we brought our 6- and 5-year-old. So they have studied some of this stuff, and they got to go see where King David was. They got to go actually see right from the Bible where this was. And I tell you, I've had a chance to go for many, many times to Israel, but the first time, and I'm sure you've gone, many of your viewers probably have, but if you haven't, if you go there and you open up the Bible, this is recorded history that you see right there. There's no other place like it on earth, and we've been able to go over the years to all the key spots. But for my kids, my son, he was 4 for Christmas this year, he wanted a sling to be like David slaying Goliath. And so that really, I think, warms our hearts when we see that. So that's the upbringing that we're trying to do. We think that those values are foundational, and that's how we center our family.
That's fantastic. And it really does bring the Bible alive when you go to Israel, for sure. Talk to me a little bit about theology from the Roman Catholicism standpoint. There's a lot of tradition, there's a lot of rituals. That's kind of how it's steeped in. Evangelicals kind of see it as that born-again relationship with Jesus. How do you process that? Have you thought about that type of stuff? You think about everything. I mean, I would think.
Well, I think if you think about what's the most compelling part of the Bible, there's a lot. For me, I would point out, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. I mean, that's ultimately what the faith centers around. Yes, there's a lot of traditions, and I think a lot of those are nice. But at the end of the day, it's kind of, where is your heart with respect to God? And what is that relationship? And so, that to us, my wife and I, is kind of where we center that. And some of the history, I think, is really neat. And I've never actually been able to go over to the Vatican and see that. But in terms of kind of how we do it, we really just focus on, what is the cornerstone, of being a Christian in the modern world. And I think it's really back to that in John.
Do you consider